Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Suicide Squad. Once again, we're going to deal with the Easter eggs of Suicide Squad. This time, we're going to look at the origin of Harley Quinn. And we go to Suicide Squad, the new 52 Suicide Squad, issue number 7. That issue is the origin of Harley Quinn. And just to give you a great feedback, this issue actually has to do with a follow-up with Harley Quinn going rogue and disappearing from the Suicide Squad, so that Amanda Waller has to go and retrieve Harley Quinn, who's wreaking havoc, because she finds out that the Joker is dead, and she goes to retrieve his face because someone has his face. Okay. Now, in doing so, we get a recap of Harley Quinzel, at the time known as Harleen Quinzel, and in that recap, Harleen Quinzel, she kills some people, and she goes and rescues the Joker. Okay, this is a follow-up. There was a couple recaps before that in some other issues. And here she is saving the Joker, letting him escape. So she breaks him out of prison. He escapes. Gone fishing, it says. And then it comes back to the present for a minute, and then it goes back into the past when Harley Quinzel, she captures Deadshot. And she goes with the Joker. She doesn't know where they're going. And she says, "Where are we?" But actually, the Joker and Harley Quinzel, they're at Ace Chemicals, right? And so the Joker says, "Where isn't as important as when. It's your birthday." And so Harleen Quinzel, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, she says, "My birthday isn't till not Harleen Quinzel's birthday. Your new birthday," says the Joker. She's like, "I don't understand. We hurt people back in Arkham. Maybe we should..." No second thoughts. "This is the place for me where I was born. What happened here fixed me, and it can fix you too." And so she says, "I want to go home." And he laughs because he knows home is going to be exactly where she's going to change, right? "How about a quick dip first?" And she was like, "No!" He throws her down into Ace Chemicals, and she's like, "Help me, help me." Now, Ace Chemicals, and he says, "You're welcome." Ace Chemicals is basically a bunch of acids. Now, this is a typical thing with Batman. Batman has thrown people into vats of acid, okay, in his history. He's killed them. People die when you go into a vat of acid, okay, generally speaking. But in this case, the Joker, he's telling her now, he says, "I know it stings a little now, but you paying attention? Hello?" And she's drowning in the vat of acid. She's dying. And then he says, "Never let it be said I'm a boring first date." And then he says, "But then, why do I go on so few second dates?" No matter. "Is anyone..." Ew, I'm so firing that maid. Or is that the maid? Because people die in that vat of acid. Then he sees her and he says, "Can we talk, or is now not a good time?" And as you can see, all of her clothes is ripped to shreds by the acid. A lot of people have died in the acid. Of course, the Joker drained out the acid there. And she looks up and she says, "Is this real?" And he says, "Nope. And that's why you're allowed to do whatever you like, Harley." "Harley? I like that." "Yeah, I thought it had a certain je ne sais quoi feel to it. That does it. Now come here, Puddin." And she kisses him because she's not one like him. She's basically, her whole skin is bleached, and her hair, as you can see, has just become bi-colored. Her hair has been bleached, and basically her clothes are all ripped up to shreds, right? And she kisses him. Now, if you look at the actual scene in Suicide Squad, the movie, it heavily borrows from this narrative. It's slightly different in that Harley Quinn actually just drops into the vat of acid instead of the Joker actually pushing her in. And the Joker does dive into the vat of acid. He has no problem diving into the vat of acid. He's done it before, he can do it again. So he dives into the vat of acid, and basically she's baptized into becoming like the Joker. The acid does things to their neurons and causes them to go a little zany. And that's where Harley Quinn truly becomes Harley Quinn. She was Dr. Harleen Quinzel. She becomes Harley Quinn when she's baptized into that vat of acid. And that was seen in the movie. In the case of the movie, the Joker manipulates Harley into dropping into the vat because Harley's just chasing down the Joker all the time. She frees him, but then she chases him down. And we didn't see that in the movie, but we did see the Joker, talking about being committed to this thing. And he literally dives into the vat of acid that she's dropped into, rescues her, and because he rescues her, she lives. Otherwise, she would have died, obviously. And as a result, he's laughing. If you look at the actual photographs of that in the movie itself, it's very intriguing as well. In fact, let me play a clip of that here. So here is Harley Quinzel from the movie. And the Joker is talking to her about not being flippant about what she's about to do. She's about to take a step and become like he is. And so he's very, very serious about it. You see him pointing his finger at her. And by the way, the photograph with him pointing his finger at her is from this little clip here. And then he tells her, oh, you really want to become that? Okay, there's the vat of acid right there. So she turns around and drops into the vat of acid. She just drops in like a crazy person. And the Joker, he's like, ha ha ha. And he goes and he leaves. He's like, okay, she's dead. And then he's kind of angry because he has to go back. He jumps into the vat of acid and he grabs her. You can see his clothes are shredded. Look how shredded his clothes are. Let me freeze that if I can here. Okay, hold on. So she's alive. Now if you watch, both their clothes are shredded. That the acid's burned through their clothes. You can see also that all this paint that's come off of the clothes, all the coloring, the dye has come off of their clothes. The dye has come off of Joker's clothes. The dye has come off of Harleen's clothes. Okay, and Harleen's head is bleached. Look how her hair is bleached. It's got bleached hair. Joker's hair is green. Okay, and he's cracking up about that. Okay, all right. So basically, this is slightly different in that the Joker, he did not dive into the vat of chemicals. And in the comics, he pushed Harleen in, but it was to make her like himself. And here it's the same thing. For those people who've read the comics, they pick this up. He does rescue Harley Quinn in the comics, and he does rescue her in the actual movie. This movie is a little bit different. It's slightly different to the comics in that respect. But again, in true DC fashion, this stuff goes according to the comics. This is real comic book movie. These people pull things from the comics, okay? DC pulls from the comics, okay, folks? Just wanted to say that. Marvel don't do that, but DC does it, okay? Just so you guys know. Alright, so, having said that, you guys have a great one. Watch out for my next Easter egg comic book video on Suicide Squad. You guys have a great one.